Hello guys, welcome to the Python series. In today's video, we're going to do a very interesting exercise where we're going to create a tic-tac-toe game to create a fully interactive game using the Python program. So in order to start off for this project, we are going to code along with a few exercises in order for you to understand how the steps can be implemented to get the final tic-tac-toe game, or we're going to implement those stuff we have learned before in the following videos. So before we start off, these steps should be taken into consideration. First, grab user input. Second, manipulate a variable based on input. And third, return back adjusted variable based on the input or the information acquired from the user. So most programs that are interactive work on this very simple idea. First, display something visual to the user so that it looks more appealing or more entertaining to the user to go along the process. So second, let the user update through an interaction. So we're going to have a little communication between the user so that the information processed or the game could be much entertaining. So third, update variables in the program. So based on the information acquired from the user, we're going to update those variables in order to retrieve the final updated visual and display it. So let's start with the logic which we require, the initial steps we need to solve tic-tac-toe game. So let us say I have a list 2 comma 3 and say I'm gonna print it again and again 3 times. So instead of I'm printing print statement 3 times. So instead of calling this 3 times, what can I do is let me create a function so that the first step we have to do is display something visual to the user. So in order to do that, so let us create a function display. So let us take this row 1, row 2 and row 3. So row 1, row 2 and row 3. So these are the parameters I'm passing through and let us print each of them. So right. So now let us name an example row so that that will be holding the value 1 comma 2 comma 3 and let us say display, then you're gonna try to pass this as a parameter 3 times. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So here I have to mention row 2 and row 3. Yeah. Now, yeah, then pass this, then pass this. So here you can see that instead of calling this in such a way, I can do this in a simpler way just by naming a function display and mentioning row 1, row 2, row 3. So I'm gonna hold row 1 with let us say yeah, so colon, and row 2 with similar set like, and row 3. Yeah. So now let us So let us display row 1, row 2, and row 3. So here you can see it's going to display in such a form, and I'll just replace one of the I- I'll just replace one of these terms into, let us say, row 2, and the first index I'm gonna name it as, let us say, x. So after doing this, and let us now display row 1 comma row 2 comma row 3. So here you can see that in the place of this there's an x which has been displayed. So we can also, for row 1 and 0, let us say x, and row 3 2, and let us say this is also x. So now when we display row 1 comma row 2 comma row 3, so here you can see that there's x's in this and this. So we can use this for allocation of the positions, like x in one position and o's in one more. You can also use o. Suppose there's an o over here, and we try to display that. So here you can see there's an over in this place. So now we can, using this input function, we are going to, for better understanding of this allocation of x and o's. So now we'll use an input function. Let us say our input function is the position index, and we are going to ask the user to input his which position he wants. So yeah, so I'll say I want my position to be 2. So now when I check the type of my position, so it's showing it's a string here. So how do I convert this? So by using this input, it's going to convert that string into whichever data type I want it to be. So here, by taking the input function, I'm converting this string function into an integer here. So I'm inputting an integer. So it's going to take this and it's going to convert it into int data type. So to interact with the user, we need to convert it into the other data type. To retrieve the output, we are going to take an result saying that enter a number. We're gonna ask the user to enter a number. So let us say we take it as 3. So here you can see that by doing this, it although this is a string, input function helps us in converting into a integer type. So in order to uh, give a choice to the user regarding which he has to choose, let us create another function saying user choice, and so this choice we are going to ask the user to enter a number, any number between So you can ask any user to enter any number between 0 to 10, and we're gonna return the choice which is there in the form of integer. So when we call the function, so you can see the type is main. When we call the function and ask it to enter number, we are going to enter number 9, and it's going to retrieve back that integer. So this int allows us to convert into that data type.